So in this past year, we've seen a massive rise of AI. AI has been controlling cars, AI has been making art, AI is talking to people, it's even writing code. And I decided as an indie game developer, I'm a one-man team and I make really shitty games, but if I had AI helping me code, I feel like that would be a huge help. So that way, if I have an issue I can't solve, I just use the AI. So I decided I'm gonna test out this AI code and see just how well it works. And a lot of people are very anti-AI right now, especially in the art community, and I get it, but with AI programming, programmers are literally doing it to themselves. Like, programmers are literally putting themselves out of a job by making AI code. So to test out how good it actually is, I'm gonna remake Super Mario by only using AI. So I'm gonna use AI art and AI code, and we're gonna see just how good AI is at game development. So to start off, I made the assets in Midjourney. I made the most hellish demon spawn Mario you've ever seen in your life, and this fucked up Goomba. This was supposed to be a question block. It's more of like an S, but that's the question block. Mushroom pipe, you get the point. So we got all these assets ready to go, and next we move on to OpenAI Codex, which is what I'm using. Most people who make these videos use GPT-3 to ask it to write like a certain line of code in C# for Unity, but in my case, I don't want to use a game engine because I feel like that's cheating because I'm still doing work to a certain extent. So I'm using Codex instead because it literally has a front end that you just put images into and it takes care of everything. So for this Mario remake, I have 5 main goals. First one is to make Mario move and jump. Then I want him to hit a question block that spawns a mushroom. Then I want that mushroom to make you bigger when you touch it. Then I want to add a Goomba that moves and you can stomp on. And the last thing is to have a pipe that brings you to the next level. And I feel like these are pretty easy challenges to complete. So let's see what we can do with them. So first I added in Mario and I made him move left and right by literally just writing make him move left when you press the left arrow and then make him move right when you press the right arrow. And it's literally doing it. I mean, it's a little choppy obviously, but it's actually doing what I asked it to do, which is crazy. And then I asked it to make it jump and he's kind of jumping. I mean, he like just floats in the air for half a second and then drops back down, but it is a jump. And I'm pretty surprised that we've already accomplished a 1/5 of the goals. So let's move on to the next step, which is to make the question block that spawns a mushroom. So I added in the question block and then I added the mushroom and then I put the mushroom inside of the question block. And the goal was when you hit the block, the mushroom will go on top of the block and then like move over to the right and then fall, and then Mario can go collect it and get bigger. But I had a lot of problems. Like, I couldn't even get it to just even go above the question block, let alone move at all. So I was like, let me meet Codex halfway. Let me just make it so that way if you jump into the block, it just makes you bigger, and that's it. That just make it a little easier. And it didn't even do that. So I was like, all right, the second two not working too well. So let me move on to the next step and we can always come back and let's make the Goomba. So I added the Goomba and all I wanted him to do was just slowly move to the left, and he's moving to the right. I don't know why. I literally wrote left. They wrote in the code to move him right. So I edited the code and he's still moving to the left because I don't know JavaScript or wherever this is being programmed in. So that's not working out too well. So I was like, you know what? Let me just have the Goomba just stay still and then I can stomp on him and see what happens. And he's like spazzing out for whatever reason. I don't know what the issue with that is. And then I jumped on him and he disappeared and it made me bigger, which is not what I wanted at all. The Goomba is not the mushroom, but we kind of achieved the 3rd and 4th goal together. I'll count that as a win, but we have one more thing on the checklist left, which is to go inside of a pipe and then it brings you to another level. And I added in the pipe, and then what I wanted it to do was just bring me to a new blank screen where the background is like a dark blue color, so that way it's like I'm inside of the pipe. So I tried like saying bring me to a new level when you go inside the pipe, but it didn't do that. So that was like, you know what, when you touch the pipe, let me just make the screen dark blue, and it wouldn't do that either, which I feel like is such a simple thing compared to like move left when you press left. But you know what, it's fine. And then I just tried a couple different variations and it still wasn't working. So this is the final product of AI Mario. It's probably the worst game ever made, but honestly the early stages of AI programming right now is kind of impressive. And I feel like even in 5 years we can get to a stage where you don't even have to worry about annoying things in code. Like, you could probably just say add multiplayer and then it just adds multiplayer to your game. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching the worst Mario game ever made. Let me know if you want me to make any other games in AI. Maybe it'll work better. For now, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video and have a great fucking day.